Morning, even afternoon, we got a banger for y'all today, baby. When I was younger, I loved Borderlands and Borderlands 2, and what we got for you here's me talking about something that I think would be awesome, and I'm curious to see what y'all think. Can you imagine a Borderlands 2 MMORPG, and on top of that, maybe a Borderlands extraction shooter? Comment down below, let me know what you think about this. I end up tweeting at the devs at the end. Be sure to go interact with that tweet if you are interested, if you do enjoy this. Drop a like, hit the sub button if you haven't yet. Most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Someone in chat just mentioned this as well. They need an MMORPG Borderlands. I completely would be down 100%. A game where it's like Borderlands, right? With all the so many different weapons, right? And you can go in and you can see other people, and maybe I'm sure there's a PvP element, but in my opinion, if there's that element of you could have a gun you have and like you have a chance to like drop your gun when you die, dude, stuff like that, like high risk, high reward. Oh my God. I will never forget when I first played Borderlands, man. What a great game. I loved Borderlands, bro. It was so fun. It's still to this day, I'm sure if I replayed it, I would still enjoy it. There was one thing that just ruined Borderlands for me though. You guys want to know what it is? So I had all these really cool guns, and I had these, and I was so high level. I was like, dude, this game is so awesome, right? I loved it. And then I ended up doing a co-op thing online, and this is years ago now. I can't even remember how old I was. I want to say I was like 18, 19, something like that. And I go, because there was a co-op, right? There was a multiplayer co-op in Borderlands, correct? And you could like queue online and play with other people, right? I want to make sure I'm thinking of the same thing, right? Before I carry on with my, you're right? You can like do co-op and you can meet random people online, right? So I had all this cool stuff and I thought it was so sick, right? I had this like rare shotgun and stuff like that, and this rare like AR or whatever that like did all this cool stuff. And it looked sick. I was like, dude, this game's awesome. I queue in and someone just drops me a very plain shotgun, the most base level plain shotgun. And basically, essentially, I can't remember if I actually physically heard the person or whatever, but they were like, use this. And someone drops me this shotgun that looked like a base level one. It looked so bad, but it one shot everything. And that kind of ruined the game for me. It was like, I had all this really cool stuff that I worked so hard for. And I really like I loved it, bro. And I had this like super cool, like, I can't remember the effect of my AR. Like my AR had an effect, like it was so good. And then this guy just drops me this random modded gun that just was a plain shotgun that just one shot anything I was trying to fight. And I was like, gosh dang it. It was like a modded gun or something like that. So I was very disappointed in that. And to be honest with you, that kind of made me, I wasn't like, this game sucks, and I just stopped playing Borderlands then. But I was like, dude, like I worked so hard for all my guns, but this random guy has like this hacked gun that can just one shot everything. It just kind of took the fun away from it for me. But can you guys imagine a game like that that's an MMO? Oh my gosh. Obviously, they'd have to get the modded guns under control, right? Because that would completely ruin the game if there was an MMO aspect of Borderlands. But Borderlands, in my opinion, it was a top 5 game. And if they made that whole concept into like an MMO, sort of almost like Destiny, right? Almost like Destiny or Division to an extent. Like if they did something like that. Is that studio? Who made Borderlands, bro? It's gonna drive me nuts. Who made Borderlands? Gearbox, bro. Even if let me actually take a step back. Can you imagine if Gearbox made a Borderlands-esque stylized the same art? I love the art. I fell in love with that, the way it kind of played and the way it looked. You know, a Borderlands stylized like Tarkov. You go into this zone and you can spawn in with gear or your guns, right? And I guys, when I say I would play the hell out of that, I would play the hell out of that, bro. Can you imagine? It's like you have this, like that blueprint there with all the crazy guns Borderland has, right? And all the stuff, right? And you can go in and you can pick these items up, and it's like you loot a box and you get a legendary AR that falls out of it, right? And you're like, oh my God. Then you have to get out with that gun, and then you keep that gun. Homie, just take my money. Take my money. I want to love Tarkov. I do. All right. I understand a lot of you saying that is Tarkov. Tarkov is too much for me. I've already explained this a million times. Tarkov is too much. And that's what they want. They want that to be a hardcore game. They want it to feel hardcore, everything about it, but it is too much for me and my brain. It's too much. I'm talking, the stash system alone, that whole stashing system, that itself stresses me out. That's not even the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not even, dude, that alone stresses me out. For me to just look at the stashing system, I'm like, it's like, guys, you got to understand my brain. Like, let me show you here, bro. All right, I'm going to try and explain to you guys the way my brain works. All right. So let's say this is my brain. Okay. Me. And I think this is, we'll just make like a person here. This is like most people, I think. So like for me personally, here's how I think. So a lot of people, when they have the stash system, they're like, oh boy, this is a cool thing that I'm going to kind of learn. And their brain goes, yep, we're going to learn this. I'm going to learn this. And then they kind of, oh, we're learning. And then it kind of goes back down and you're like, okay, I understand the stash system, right? Now it's like someone goes, oh, I'm going to learn like how to spawn in, and I'm learning about the extracts. And even though there's no map and I'm still learning here, we're still learning, right? And then they're like, okay, I understand that. But you got to remember, they can go back here and remember the stash system. And they're like, okay, yep. And then eventually they're like, okay, I fully understand it. And I really love the game. So here's how my brain works. Okay. Me, stash system, right? Me trying to understand the stash system. Okay, I'm an idiot. We'll go back down. All right. Now, okay, now let's try to go into the game. But wait a second, the stash system. Okay, but then it's like, then I'm like going this way and I'm like, okay, playing the game. I got a gun. I died. Now we're back at the stash system again. And it's almost like I have to like revisit back here. Does that make sense? Like my brain, I can't be thinking about this and while this is back here. Does that make sense? I feel like a lot of people's brains, the way it works is they can just take the information they've had, but I have to go backwards. And I'm like, okay, we're at the stash system. Now we're back to learning the game. Okay, but wait a minute. What about the stash system again? And dude, I don't know how else to explain this, but when I'm looking at Tarkov, that's the way my brain works. It's like anything about the stash system that I have in my head about, and that as soon as I get into the other thing, it's almost like dude, I don't want to say my brain shuts off, but that's how it feels. It's literally like I'm just staring and nothing is processing, bro. I don't know. So that's kind of how my brain works there. How did I get here? Oh, Borderlands. So the point I'm making, all right, in Tarkov, there's just too many ups. There's too many things I have to learn, all right? The stash system alone, the way the game plays, all that, the maps, everything. And then on top of that, and this is what took me away from Tarkov. This is what took me out, okay? Was me trying to understand how I had a 7.62 magazine, but the ammo that I had, which was a 7.62 ammunition, could not go into my 7.62 magazine. That made my brain just shut off, bro. There was no more, I'm gonna try to learn this. My brain, it hit max capacity. Does that make sense? It was that moment that I realized I'm never gonna be able to understand this game. Because I think about something like DayZ, right? Where it's kind of like you have 7.62 ammo and you can put it in the gun. My brain could kind of do that. But like this said I had 7.62, but it didn't go in that 7.62, all right? And I'm sure there's some logistical thing in the gun world where it's like, well, you had a 7.62, you know, by more numbers. I'm sure that's it. But for me, dude, it's shut off. I need Borderlands and Tarkov to just do a collaboration or something, bro. I need that game, okay? Where I understood Borderlands. Does that make sense to you guys, bro? My brain understood Borderlands because I understood the guns. I understood what was happening. I understood what was going on. I need that into a Tarkov universe and I'm in. I'm playing all day because I understood it. I understand the ammo. I understand the guns. I understand this is a very rare gun. I understand. Dude, I could pick up the rarest gun in Tarkov. I'd have no idea. I have no clue because I'm an idiot. Does that make sense? In Borderlands, I picked up a rare gun. Whoa, bright, shiny, whoa. Does that make sense? In my brain, I'm like, oh, we got it. The stimulation, I understand that this is a rare item because it's completely different colors and it's bright and it's lit up. But in Tarkov, I could have the rarest thing in the game and I'd have no idea. I'd have no clue. So all I'm saying is if I, and I've been saying this for a while, I need a developer, anybody out there, please God, make a dumbed down Tarkov. A lot of you are saying DMZ, no, not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm looking for. Is it a dumbed down version of Tarkov? I wouldn't even say that, to be honest with you. It's slightly like Tarkov's in this lane and DMZ's kind of like there a little bit, but it's its own, it's just different.
In other words, what Tim is trying to say, he's too stupid to play Tarkov.
And what, Whips? And I wish that someone like Gearbox would make a Borderlands styled like Tarkov game mode. That'd be sick. You guys get
Tim
it?
basically wants a toddler version of Tarkov.
I'm fine with that. I'm okay. I'm not even gonna take that as an insult. I think that game would slap. I'm gonna tweet it out. Okay, I'm gonna tweet it out. Can someone at Borderlands, is this company still around? Is Gearbox still here before I tweeted at a company that doesn't exist? They still make games, right? Gearbox? They have to. Gearbox, new games. Like they gotta be, are they doing anything? 2022, hello neighbor, okay. They do, right? They're still like a company, right? I'm not tweeting at no one here. They probably don't have Borderlands though, right? Because Borderlands, well, I mean, when was the last Borderlands that came out? New tale from the Borderlands. Oh, perfect. All right. Can someone at Borderlands please go to, how am I gonna word this, bro? Go to the table. Do they have a table in these places? What am I trying to say? They have like there's gotta be a spot in the area where they have like a round table sort of, I think, thing, right? That whole concept, like where everyone's important there, like a conference room. That's kind of what, okay. Can someone at Borderlands please go to, I'm not gonna say go to your conference room. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, can someone at Borderlands please recommend, how do you spell that? RECCOMMEND, no? Oh, the board, that's it. Please go, okay. Can someone in Borderlands please go to the board and recommend, how the hell do you spell this, bro? And recommend, it's not working. Spell check, got it. Recommend either of these things. One, a Borderlands styled, stop. How the hell do you spell styled? Styled D, right? Styled, a Borderlands styled MMORPG, or two, a Borderlands styled Tarkov, like, I mean, is there a name for Tarkov instead of MMORPG? Is there a name for that? Guys, I'm done talking about this after this. I'm gonna send the tweet and we'll be done. Next person to say Lightfall trailer owes me $1 million, okay? Extraction shooter, that's it. Or oh my God, MMORPG. Oh my God, G, okay. Or a Borderlands styled extraction, how do you spell that, bro? EXCTRACTION, that's wrong. Extra Citin, okay. A Borderlands styled extraction shooter. Okay, can someone, I'm just gonna proof this now. Can someone in Borderlands please go to the board and recommend either of these things? One, a Borderlands styled MMORPG, or two, a Borderlands styled extraction shooter. Thank you. Thank you, and have a great day. Let me throw a smiley face on there. There. Done. It's tweeted. All right. There it is. It's in the universe now. Hopefully that tweet can have some sort of... Is the board the right thing? Did we tell him to go to the right thing?